Thank you, Wendy. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks to everyone for joining today. We're going to be talking about moving from chaos to confidence and reclaiming your power when you think you don't have any, right? And sometimes those stressful times when you think the world is happening to you. So let's get started here with a couple quick questions. Maybe you can type into the chat and I'll be able to see it. I don't know. But type a yes into the chat or comments if you'd just like a little more peace in your life or in your career. That's good. But people might not know where the chat is yet, and that's okay too. How about a little more confidence? Any of you, would you like a little more confidence in your work or in life? Those are some things we're going to talk about today, and that help you deal with the chaos. All right. So good. Thank you, guys. Who doesn't? Zach says that's nice. I don't know. Maybe there are some people who already have all the confidence they want, I guess. So today, what we're going to learn is about the delayed return environment that actually causes stress. We're going to learn a little bit about what I call the T.E.A.R framework, or the T.E.A.R model, not the tear. We don't want you crying. We're going to learn how to measure your thinking and how to instantly shift your thinking to reclaim some of that confidence and power and peace that we just talked about. So you're in the right place if this is the kind of stuff that you want. I love what Wayne Dyer says. He says, peace is the result of retraining your mind to process life as it is rather than as you think it should be. And we're going to talk a lot about the word should as we get into this as well. But first I want to talk about, where does this stress come from anyways? Why is change stressful? And I mentioned the delayed return environment. So there's a whole bunch of little stars on this page that you see, and it represents, well, about 200,000 years, because 200,000 years ago is about when the human brain was formed. And for 199,500 plus of those years, we have been in an immediate return environment. And I'll explain that a little bit more here in a few seconds. For the last 500 or so, we've been in a delayed return environment. And so our brain has developed very much outside of the delayed return environment. What does that mean? Immediate return environment, if you think about it, what happens is a threat or some stress appeared, right? Like we were cavemen and women and we heard the rumble of thunder, right? The threat appeared, the stress happened, we're like, oh crap, it's going to rain or something, right? There's going to be lightning and fires and stuff. So the stress happened, and so we went into our caves, we reacted, we did something, and then all of a sudden the stress was gone, right? The storm passes. That's an immediate return environment, right? You hear a little rumbling over there in the Serengeti, and you're like, oh, that might be a lion that's going to eat me. So you get into fight, flight, or freeze mode, and the threat passes. Hopefully you don't get eaten. And then, you're okay again. Stress relieved. There we go. Does that make sense? That's really how our brain developed in that kind of environment. Well, now we're in this delayed return environment. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means a problem arises, and then the stress appears, and then what happens? The solution is sometimes weeks, months, maybe even years away. But our brain still has that same stress response, that same fight, flight, or freeze, only it stays around a lot longer. And so what happens, and how can we address this? Well, I want to talk about what I call how to tear it up. Because when you realize how all of that fits together, you'll be able to use it more to your advantage. So I have what I call the T.E.A.R model, and I'm going to start at the top. And sorry for the slides, I don't know what happened. So results, we all want certain results. And how do we get to those results? Well, we take action to get to those results. And then how is it that human beings have the energy to take action? I know Starbucks or Red Bull or something like that. But besides that, how do they have the energy? Well, it comes from our emotions. It comes from that energy in motion inside human beings. So where do our emotions come from? Well, I believe they come from how we think. Because you can create an emotion just by having a thought, right? I can say, a cute little puppy. And for those of you who like cute little puppies, you'll have a certain feeling that goes along just with that thought of a cute little puppy, right? And then others of you who have bad experiences with puppies, you'll also have an emotion, maybe not the same, right? In this day and age, I can say the word Trump, and some people will have an emotion associated with that. But it was just a thought that caused that emotion. And those emotions then give you the energy to act or react that lead to your results. So we're going to take a closer look at this model, because when it comes to changing, what do we typically do? Well, we want different results, right? We want to move our results along from where they are. So what do we typically do? We say, you know what? You got to take some different actions. And so this is where we get into the shoulds. Right? So you need to behave in a certain way, take certain actions, and there's a lot of should. You should do this. How many of you, you should on yourselves just this morning, right? You just said, oh, I should maybe work out, or I should eat better, or I should do something, right? And what kind of energy comes from the word should? Well, for some of us, it's a good energy. It's not always bad. But for others, it can be just a burden, a sense of weight that's upon you. And you're like, oh, I don't wanna, but I don't want to, right? Your alarm went off, and then you hit snooze. How many of you use an alarm and then hit snooze? That seems really weird to me. I don't do that, but I know millions of people do. Like, why would you want to fall back asleep for 9 minutes and then wake up again just to fall back asleep for another 9? I don't know. I don't get it. But we have these thoughts in our head, right? And this should. And a lot of times that's how we do it. Think about your approach to project management. I remember when I was a new project manager many, many years ago, I believed that when people were given tasks, they were going to do them. And if they agreed to get them done by the date, they were going to get done by the date we described, right? Isn't that funny? Does that happen in your world? Maybe it was me. Maybe I wasn't that good at managing projects. But the should often gets in the way. And now, listen, I'm not trying to get people out of their obligations and their commitments, not at all. I'm just trying to look at it a little bit differently. Because then what happens?
Hi there. I hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Maludis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also gaining complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.